Mama. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Ninja Mommy. Can non-Muslims enter the mosque or visit a mosque? Yes, they most definitely can. In fact, anyone can visit a mosque. So a mosque is basically a place of worship for Muslims where they go and pray. A mosque could also have a school where they teach Islamic classes, and some mosques even have community centers where Muslims get together for activities that are not directly related to prayers. I guess in a way you could say that the mosque is like a church where people get together for religious services and for non-religious activities as well. Most mosques that I know about welcome people of other faiths or people of no faith. They're very welcoming and they don't mind it. So if you're thinking about visiting a mosque and you're unsure if the person will let you in or not, just do a quick Google search, find a mosque that's near you, call them up and be like, hey, I am interested in visiting and just like looking at the mosque. Is it okay if I come? I'm not a Muslim. What is the protocol? So who do I call at the mosque? You will call the imam of the mosque. Imams are usually community leaders that are head of the mosque and they take care of everything related to the mosque. And 99% of the time they will say, yeah, come on over, no problem. The best time to go to a mosque is usually on a Friday because that's when majority of the Muslims get together and they have a sermon before the Friday prayer, which is really nice to hear, and you'll get to meet a lot of different types of people come into the mosque. And if you want a special tour of the mosque, you can usually just call the imam or talk to the imam and ask them if it's okay, if they can just show you around because you're really interested in looking at the building, you're really interested in what it's all about, and the imam will be happy to do it. And if he's not able to do it, he'll appoint someone to guide you inside the mosque. Other great times would be whenever the mosque has certain activities going on. They usually put the flyers out and you can look out, keep an eye out for when those events take place. You can always go then as well, and there'll be a lot of people there that can help you answer your questions, whatever questions you may have, and show you around as well. If you do give them a call and they don't answer, don't get discouraged. You can usually find them through other avenues such as Facebook or other social medias and reach out to them and ask them if it's okay for you to come. And if you're not able to get any form of communication, then the best thing would be to just show up, and then once you show up, ask someone if it's okay if you can enter the mosque. If you don't want to just show up, then you can always ask one of your Muslim friends to take you to the mosque if they're okay with that. Okay, so now that you have communicated with someone and they said you can come on over and you're ready to go, next question would be, what do you wear to the mosque? Do you have to wear all this? No. As a non-Muslim, you do not have to wear all this. You can just go as you are. The only thing I would keep in mind is just dress modestly, which means no short sleeves, no sleeveless, no short shorts, no mini skirts, and just dress modestly with loose clothing that conceals the shape of your body to the best of your ability. Even if you just wear like a jean and a pant, that's okay. Just make sure it's loose and it's modest. And this goes for both men and women. Just dress modestly. Also for women, if you already have a scarf of some sort, bring that along with you. Most of the mosques won't ask you to cover your head when you're inside the mosque, but some might, and it's honestly just a sign of respect more than anything else. If you don't have a scarf, you can still go because mosques usually have extra scarves laying around, so you can use one of theirs. And it's perfectly fine. If you want, you can ask the imam ahead of time if it's required for you to wear the scarf, and you can tell him that I don't have a scarf, what should I do? And the imam will guide you through the process. Makeup is okay to wear at the mosque. You don't have to go makeup less, and kids can wear whatever they want. It doesn't matter because they're kids. So once you arrive at the mosque, you will be asked to take your shoes off outside of the mosque. So if you don't want to go in barefoot, then make sure you wear some socks. Mosques usually have a special section where you can take off your shoes and put them in racks. And don't worry, they'll be safe. No one's going to take them. Also remember that most mosques will have a separate entrance for women and men. If they don't have a separate entrance from the outside, once you enter inside, there will be separate sections for men and women. So men and women do not sit together inside the mosque. The children can go with either the man or the woman. It doesn't matter because they're children and they can go to different sections if they want. It's completely fine. So now that we're inside, how should you greet people? You can use the Islamic greeting, which is Assalamu alaikum, or you can say salam for short. It doesn't have to be the perfect pronunciation. People will just appreciate your effort and it will be a really nice gesture. Again, the greeting is Assalamu alaikum and salam. You can use whichever one you're comfortable with. The greeting Assalamu alaikum means peace be upon you. You'll probably get a response such as wa alaikum assalam or wa alaikum, which means peace be upon you too. Another thing that we Muslims do when we enter the mosque is we enter with our right foot. You don't have to do that, but again, it will be out of respect for the mosque because the mosque is the house of God and we like to treat it with the utmost respect. And when you're exiting the mosque, you should exit with your left foot. You can shake hands with the same gender if you want, and some might even come for a hug. It just all depends on the person. But if you're talking to someone of the opposite gender, just wait for that person to offer a greeting because you don't want to overstep. So if you're a woman, don't offer a handshake to the imam because he will most likely not shake hands with you. You can do a simple salam greeting like this, or you can just say salam. Also, don't worry, it's perfectly fine if you mess up and offer a handshake to the imam or accidentally do something that you're not supposed to. It's okay, it's all part of the learning process. As long as you're respectful and observant, it's gonna be okay, trust me. So once you have arrived, just expect to be welcome. Just sit back and relax and enjoy the experience because Islam places a huge value on hospitality and people love it. We Muslims love it when non-Muslims come and visit the mosque. We adore it and the imams will too, and they will guide you through the entire process. Just keep a few things in mind. Turn off your phone because if there's a religious sermon going on, you don't want to ding, ding, ding with your phone. This is not the time to take selfies and to have a side conversation. Just be polite and listen to the sermon attentively. Also, most of the Muslims, when they're inside the mosque, they're usually in the state of wudu or ablution. You as a non-Muslim will not be required to be in that state unless you want to experience it. You can definitely ask the imam, or if you're a woman, you can ask another woman to show you how to make wudu because you want to go through the whole experience. That's entirely up to you, but you will not be required to make ablution upon entering the mosque. Also, the mosque don't have any chairs or tables. The actual prayer area is just a rug. So you will be sitting on the floor, just remember that. And again, when you're sitting on the floor, just sit respectfully. Don't, just put your legs all out and your arms all out. Be respectful of other people in their private and personal space and, just sit. Most definitely do not lay down while the sermon is going on or while people are praying. Don't lay down because that's extremely rude. You should be sitting up. Another thing is if someone is praying their salah, or if they're making a prayer and they're usually standing up in this position looking down, try not to walk in front of them. Just walk behind them if you can. If you're not able to, just wait until they're finished and their salah won't take long, and then pass them. You as a non-Muslim are also not required to take part in the prayer that takes place in the prostration, in the standing, in the bowing. You can just observe and watch. You're not required to take part. Again, if you want to take part of it, just ask the imam, or if you're a woman, ask another woman if they can show you how to do it and you want to do the whole experience. They'll be happy to show you. Another thing is when a Muslim is praying, so if you see them in this position, or in the bowing position, or all the way on the floor, through their entire duration of their prayer, they will not be able to talk to you and they will not be able to answer any of your questions. So if there's a prayer going on, just sit quietly and hang on. And once they're finished, they'll do this gesture right here, which means they're done with their prayer and you can resume the communication. If you're going on a Friday, just take about an hour to 2 hours away from your time because the sermon and the prayer together usually last about 60 minutes, and going there and driving back, so just accumulate 2 hours of your time to visit. If you're going any other day, then it just depends on you and how long you want to stay there. If you do want to take pictures of the mosque or you inside the mosque, just ask the imam if it is okay and acceptable to do, and he will let you know. I would highly recommend that you don't take pictures of anyone else praying or sitting there because they might find that extremely disrespectful. You will also notice that all the Muslims will be sitting in the same direction. They will not be like scattered around, like some sitting like this, some sitting like... Most of the people will be sitting facing one way, and that's because that's the direction of the Kaaba, the holy Kaaba in Mecca, and we face that direction when we stand up to pray our salah, and when we're inside the mosque we sit facing that direction as well. It's actually disliked and it's a disrespect to have your back to the Kaaba. End of the day, guys, just remember that it's a place of worship, and just like the things that you wouldn't do inside the church, don't do them inside the mosque. Just treat it as a place of worship where Muslims go and worship God. So just be respectful. Don't worry if you make mistakes or if you do something wrong. It's not the end of the world. You'll be fine. And just have fun and be present and just enjoy the experience. Also, this is another side note that I would just recommend, that if the women are on their menstrual cycle, try not to book your tour of the mosque around that time. Just wait until you're done with your menstrual cycle and then book the appointment to go to the mosque, because as Muslims we do not enter the mosque when we are on our menstrual cycle. Again, this would just be out of respect for the mosque, and if you participate and do that, that would be highly appreciative. If you're visiting the mosque around the 5 daily prayers, then you might hear something called the adhan, which is a call to prayer, and it might go something like Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, and it goes on and on. So during the adhan, it's recommended that you stay quiet and you quietly listen to the adhan out of respect for the call to prayer. You will also notice that as soon as the call to prayer happens, people will just start getting ready to like pray their salah, or people will start rushing towards the mosque. Oh, basically they'll just straighten themselves out and get ready to do it. And don't worry too much about all of these rules. And guys, these are just there for you to have a very respectful and interesting and nice experience. It's just a little guide to get you preparing to go for your first visit at the mosque. Okay guys, if you do end up going and visiting, please comment and let me know how your experience was, because I'd love to know. Mention which mosque you went to, how was the imam, how did they treat you, how did the people treat you, what did you think of the service, you know, just share your experience with me. I would love to know. Alright guys, that's all I have for today regarding how to visit a mosque as a non-Muslim. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it beneficial. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you have subscribed, Jazakallah khair, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you tremendously for it. And I release new videos every Thursday, so don't forget to come back next week. I'm also on TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat, so let's get connected. Until next time guys, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Peace. Bye guys.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Yo, they can't talk back to you.